In this video, you're going to learn how to install and work with global npm packages. These are going to allow us to get a new command we can execute from the terminal. So far, all of the packages we've worked with are known as locally installed packages. That's when we install the dependency explicitly into our project, like we've done with Validator and Chalk in the Notes app project. You can tell it's a local dependency because it's listed in package.json like our two dependencies are. Now, local npm modules, those get loaded into your project code with require, like we've seen with Chalk and Validator. When we install a module globally, we actually don't load it in directly to our source files. Instead, we install it globally, and it gives us access to a new command we can use from the terminal. Now, in the case of this video, we're going to install a npm module globally that is a really nice utility for working with Node because it's going to allow us to run our application and automatically restart the app whenever the app code changes. So I can make a change up above and save the file, and we'll immediately see the results down below. So we won't have to constantly switch to the terminal and rerun the same command over and over again. We can find the package we're going to install by heading over to npmjs.com and going up to that search bar once again. Right here, the package we're going to use is called nodemon. That is Nodemon. Right here, the first result is the package we're looking for. And I'm just showing you where this package lives in case you want to learn more about it. It's actually a very easy tool to use, so let's just get right to it. The first thing we have to do is install it. Now, when we're installing a module globally, the installation command is basically the same with one slight difference. So let's go ahead and get started. Down below, we are going to run a command, npm install, the module name, that's nodemon, at 1.18.5, and this is the exact format you'd expect if we were to install the module locally. The only difference is we use the G flag, which is short for global. This is going to install the module globally instead. Now let's go ahead and run this command and see what happens. When the command finishes, we're going to notice that node modules, package lock.json, and package.json haven't changed in any way whatsoever. When we install a module globally, it is not changing the individual project, it's installing the tool on our operating system itself. So right here, it is going through the process of getting everything set up. Now we're done. And if I open up package.json, what don't we see? We don't see nodemon listed as a dependency. So it's not something we would ever require in our project and then actually try to use. This particular package wasn't designed to be used like that. Instead, what we got access to was a brand new command from the terminal. Now, when you install an npm package globally, things can indeed go wrong. I usually get a ton of questions related to this since everyone's environment is slightly different. If you are running on Linux or Mac and you're getting an error, I recommend putting sudo, that's sudo, in front of the command to run it as an administrator. So that would be sudo npm install nodemon at 1.18.5 with the G flag. If you're on Windows and you're getting some sort of error, just crack open a question in the course Q&A and I'll work with you to get unstuck and back on track. We can always verify that nodemon was installed correctly by running nodemon, the package name exactly, followed by the V flag, exactly like we've done with Node and with npm. When I run it, what do I get? I get a version 1.18.5, the exact one I specified in my installation command. If you're seeing a version, that's great. If you're not, that means once again something went wrong, and you can always crack open a question in the Q&A and we'll work with you to get the global modules working correctly. So we have access to this new nodemon command, and the question is, how exactly do we use it? Well, let's explore that. First up, I am going to clear the terminal output to make things a bit easier to read, and all we do is we run our script like we would have with Node, but we change the command we're using. So in the past, we use node space app.js to run the script once. With nodemon, we use nodemon space app.js. So the only thing we've changed is we've swapped out node for nodemon. Now if we run it, we're going to see our script run with a few additional pieces of output. Right here, we can see it's starting nodemon and it lists the version as well as some other logs saying that things are getting started. Then we do indeed see the 2 lines that come from our script. Down below, we can see that the program has exited and it's waiting for changes before it restarts. So now nodemon is up and running, and you'll notice it's not bringing us back to the command prompt even though our program has finished. The nodemon process is still executing, and if we change something up above, we'll see that change instantly printed below when we save the file. So I'm going to change chalk.green over to chalk.red, and then I'm going to change the message from success to error. If I go ahead and save the program, down below, I can see that basically instantly nodemon restarted the script, and now we see the new output from our program. We're still getting the your notes message, and now we're seeing our error shown in red. We could continue to make changes to our program and see those changes instantly reflected. I'll switch this to blue, save the program, and before I'm even done saying I saved it, blue is showing up down below. So throughout this class, I will be using nodemon, and I also use it with my client projects, so we don't have to constantly restart the node script every single time we make a small change. It is a great utility just to improve your overall developer experience. Now, if you want to stop nodemon, you can do that by going to the terminal and using Control-C. That's going to terminate the nodemon process and bring us back to the command prompt where we can do something else, like install a new module, maybe run the script once with node, or maybe restart it with nodemon in the future. All right, that's where we're going to stop for this video, and that is also the end of this section on the node modules system. You now know how to load in core node modules, how to load in your own files, and how to load in NPM modules. This is going to give us a foundation for the rest of the class where we're going to do those things over and over again. In the next section, we're going to start to explore command line arguments and the file system, and we're actually going to work to build out that notes application. I am excited to get to it, so let's go ahead and jump right into the section introduction for the next one.